Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mohammad Badruddin and today I'm going to cover the part 2 of the lab number 9 from authentication module of Web Security Academy. In the last video, in the previous video, where we saw a lab in which there is a stay logged in cookie assigned by the application once you choose that option. So, and we see how that stay logged in cookie is constructed by the application, and that cookie is actually the hashed value of the MD5 hashed value of the password. Then it added the prefix, that is the username with the colon. Then after that, the whole string is again encoded with the base 64. So let's see, before going to the lab, this warning is always for you. This video and its content are only for educational purpose and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. That being said, let's go to the lab. This is the lab and I already set up the burp suite. So I'm going to enable the burp suite on my browser, going to the my account page to just give you a review of the last lab. And this lab actually we already have the credentials, so Wiener and Peter, and we have to log in as Carlos account, and we do not know the password of the Carlos account. So let's see, we are going to log in as Wiener. So WIENER Wiener, and the password is Peter, and I want to choose stay logged in cookie. Let's go. So as you can see, we are logged in as Wiener. If we go to the post section, post request, so we have three parameters here. Username is Wiener, password Peter, and the third parameter is stay logged in, that is on. And once we logged in, so the application is gonna redirect us to the my account page, and in that page you can see this section where the application set two cookies. One is stay logged in cookie and another one is session cookie. So stay logged in cookie is longer than the normal cookie, so that takes my attention. And once we go to the intercept, so we can see that inspector is pretty much sensitive, and it can detect that okay, this string is the base 64 encoded, so it's already decoded that string for us. And we can see this is Wiener username, then semicolon, and then this hashed value. So once we count the number of characters in this hashed value, it is 32 characters. So maybe this could be the MD5 hash. And once we decode that MD5 hash with the online tool, so we got that this hash value is Peter. Decoded value of this hash is Peter. So uh, we got the conclusion, and we can see like that. So the cookie is constructed like this. So now we already cracked that lab, but this time we are going to solve this lab with our own Python script. So I'm going to write it here /user bin in and Python 3, then import the modules. So import request, import sys, import url lib3, and this time we need to import the MD5 hash library. So first of all, I'm going to import the hash library, and from this hash library I'm going to import the MD5. Fine. The next part is import for the base 64, so base 64. Fine. Next is I want to disable the warnings from URL lib3 module, so URL lib3 dot disable underscore warnings, and then I want to pass all the traffic through proxy, so proxies equals to and I'm going to add the proxies. So HTTP proxy is gonna be http://127.0.1:8088. This is my port. You can use the default port 8080. Then HTTPS, and I'm not using HTTPS, so I'm going to give this 8088. Next is I'm going to say, so if name equals and main, so I'm gonna say call main function. Then I need to define the main function, so main, and here I'm going to check if length of sys.r is not equal to 2, then what it's gonna do is print a message for the user to how user can use this script. So I'm gonna say example, and example is gonna be www dot actually %s www.test.com and %sys.argv and 0. So next is sys.exit on -1, and now I'm going to define the argument which is needed to run that script. So URL equals to sys.r and value is 1. Then I'm going to print a message for a user. That message is gonna be creating stay logged in cookie. Okay, then I'm going to call a function. So the function is gonna be exploit, and it needs URL. Save it. Then we need to create this exploit function. So def exploit, and it needs URL. So we already have the password word list. So I'm going to take I'm going to read that word list. So with open, and before this, actually I can say file equals to the path of the file. So /root desktop /authentication /passwords.txt. Okay, so I can show you that this is the password.txt file. So okay, now I need to read this file, R for read, and take this output as out file. So I'm going to save the result of that out file. So out file dot read and dot split split into new line, and I'm going to save it in the variable that is named as passwords. Next thing is, in the for loop, I'm gonna say password in passwords. So the password is actually we will choose one password from the word list, then we will create the MD5 hash of that password, then add a prefix as username. So I'm gonna say here username equals to Carlos, and then I'm gonna create the MD5 hash. So first of all, we need to create a hash object. So that hash object is gonna be take from hash library hashlib.md5, and it will take the password value which we choose from the word list. Okay, the next thing is hashlib.md5. Now md5 underscore hash. Now here it will create that hash. So it will take the hash object and dot hex digest. It's gonna, so here it will create the md5 hash. We can print this. So print hash object md5 underscore hash. Fine. Then it will create the cookie. So cookie is gonna be like that. So username, then plus sign and colon, then plus this md5 hash. So md5 underscore hash, right? This is gonna be the cookie. Then we need to actually, instead of printing that, I'm going to print the cookie value. So let's see, paste this cookie. Fine. So next thing is, now we have to encode this whole string as base 64 encode. So to create the base 64 encode, I'm gonna say bs64 underscore string, and that string is gonna be the cookie. So cookie dot encode, cookie dot encode, and that is gonna be, I'm going to create it as ASCII value. So then we need to encode that. So encode equals to base 64 dot b64 dot encode. Okay, so this is gonna be encode this value bs64 string. So copy this and paste it here. So it will create, it will encode this value, but the result you will see in the byte data type. But we need the string, so we need again bs64, not bd. So next is bs64 underscore decode, and that is gonna be equals to same like here. Base 64, actually not this, yeah. So base 64 encode, and this value we need to decode. So copy this, paste it here, and I'm gonna say dot decode and decode the ASCII value. So it will again convert that byte value from here into the string format, right? So let's see. String is cookie.encode, convert it in the ASCII, then encode this value base 64.b64 encode, and we encode this value here. Then we need to, because this is gonna be something like this, like b, and then whatever the encoded string. So because we do not need that byte, we need it in the string format. So here it is going to give you just encoded string. Fine. Okay, that's good. So let's see. After this, we need to make the cookies the header value. So if we go here in the actually log out this. So if you see here, you will find in the my account page, you will find there are, sorry, here. So you will find there are two set of cookies. The one is stay logged in cookie and another one is this cookie, right? So we need to create the cookie, and also it is in the my account page, session cookie and stay logged in cookie. So let's see, cookies. So I'm gonna say stay logged in, and this is gonna be in the single quotes, and its value is actually base 64 bit, this value. So I'm gonna put this. Another is session cookie. So sorry, and this cookie I will take it from here, from this. Fine. So from here, my account, this one, and goes to this one, login, and we make it here logout. Actually, we can do one more thing. So I'm going to, because as you see here, there is somewhere here, there is expiration time of the cookie. Let's see, where is it? I see it before. Yeah, expiration time is there. So maybe that cookie is not active or alive for more time. So I'm going to create the new session actually, so that the session ID should be active. Clear this, and again I'm going to my account page, winner, and the password is Peter, stay logged in. So this is my account, fine, and I'm going to log out. Okay, so I'm going to take this session cookie, so copy this and paste it here. So I'm going to make it manually. You can create one more function here which automatically grab that session ID from the session, from the request, and put it here. So we already did it thousands of times. You can create one more new function here. So cookie is created. Now it's time to make the request. So this is gonna be the get request. So request dot get, and URL equals to URL, comma, cookies equals to cookies, comma, verify equals to false, and last is proxies equals to proxies. Fine. Then the response is gonna be r.text, and I'm gonna say if Carlos in response, so it's gonna say print, and print a message for the user. The message would be exploit successful, and then in the new line it will say password for Carlos is gonna be password this parameter. Fine. And then once it got the correct password, so it is gonna break this. Fine. So let's go and run this script. So Python 3 lab09.py, and we need the my account, right? This. So I'm going to copy URL and paste it here and enter. Okay, so it said Unicode object must be in code before hashing. So this is the line number 20, and I know where is the problem. So actually for MD5, before you are going to hash this value, you need to encode that. So just make encode, save it, and clear this, run it again. And as you can see, it's creating the cookies, Carlos, and what we got here is trying to log in, and go to my account. Once it hit the correct password with the correct session cookie, also it will break the loop and give us the correct password. Another thing is we print the cookie, but we do not print the base64 this value. This is the final cookie value, so it's only printing this value. Login. This is so this is the whole base64 value, and this is the MD5. We actually do not need to print, but I just print to show you. Okay, so let's see, and it seems like we got the password. So come here and see this value. Exploit is successful, and we got the password for Carlos is freedom. And if we go back, as we can see, congratulations, you solved the lab. If we go to my account, okay, and let's log in. So Carlos and freedom, enter, and we are logged in as Carlos user. Another thing, we can do that by just show the response. So where is that? So I think we changed the session cookie by login. Let's see. This is the part. This is the response. So your username is Carlos. Fine. So you can just right click on that, show response on browser, copy that response, make sure your web proxy is enabled on the browser, open new tab, paste this value and just enter. So it will also take you to the Carlos account. But the best thing is we got the password for the Carlos. So this is the whole lab. Thank you so much. If you like this video, like this content, please like, subscribe and share. Subscribe as much as you can and watch the complete video, so that sometime we leave some mistakes in the script, but at last once we run that script, if we found that there is some problem, so we solve that problem, troubleshoot that problem and run it again, so it works. That's why it's better you to watch the full video. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.